Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Mr. KB, and it's on October 16th, 2016. I think I had that intro set up a different way, but I adapted, which is more than I can say for our team. I skipped last week because I had overtime at work. I did see the game, but I had overtime, and I didn't want to come home. I was tired, and they lost. That was, as it is right now, that was Blaine Gabbert's last game. Things have happened in the front office where they restructured Colin Kaepernick's guaranteed money, moved some monies around so in case he gets injured, the team has a way out, which was, I guess, what was preventing him from playing this season. Kind of a Robert Griffin III type of situation last year in Washington, D.C. over at the Redskins, where they just weren't going to allow him to play and get injured, and they had to, flip the bill for that. So that's kind of a similar situation what we got now. Fast forward 10 days later, guess what? Nothing has fucking changed. Not only has nothing changed, they got smoked today. 45-16 to the Buffalo Bills. And all week long, all I heard was, oh, Colin Kaepernick will shine and Chip Kelly's offense. This offense is meant for Colin Kaepernick. Blaine Gabbert sucks. Blaine Gabbert, look, man, Blaine Gabbert was playing in Jacksonville. He's done just about as well in the last 2 seasons as Colin Kaepernick has in the last 2 seasons for this sinking organization. And I hate to use those words because that's what they are. The San Francisco 49ers have become, in the last 6 years, NFC West superstars with potential to go to the Super Bowl each year that they were there, to the West Coast version of the Cleveland Browns. We have a clueless fucking owner, a clueless fucking GM, and a clueless fucking head coach. That's a lot of fucking clueless people right there in charge of this organization. Make sure that they win. They're not winning this year. Maybe one more in December, and I'm going to keep going by that. If this team is lucky enough to finish 2-14, because they'll get one more win, then take solace in that, I guess. I don't know. At this point, just sink the rest of the thing and sink the rest of the season and see what you can come up with in the draft. But again, it doesn't matter because we have a stupid front office and we're stuck with a useless head coach. At this point, every other team in the NFL can go bonkers and release their starting quarterbacks, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Eli Manning, Cam Newton. I mean, you name it. If you like a quarterback out there who's playing really well, if by some crazy, twist of faith, if you want to call it, all these teams said, we don't need these quarterbacks, and they just released them on waivers, and the Niners were able to pick up at least one of those, it doesn't matter. They're not going to win. This team right now is unsavable. And it has nothing to do with the players. It's the fact the coach sucks. There's no passion from him. I haven't seen anything from this guy in, 6 games? 7 games? Where we at? 1-5. 6 games. Nothing. He just stands there like a fucking, like a loaf of bread. He just stands there. Standing bread. That's the best way I can describe him. Standing bread. Not a loaf laying on its side. Standing bread. Because he shows no type of emotion whatsoever. If things go right, you wouldn't know it. If things go wrong, you wouldn't know it. There's nothing there. Colin Kaepernick is the same as Blaine Gabbert in this system. Not good at all. And I could even say probably even worse. The stats from today's game from Colin Kaepernick. 13 for 29. That's 44% or something like that? 45%? That's ridiculous. 187, 6.4 average, 1 touchdown, which he got lucky because Torrey Smith was able to kind of readjust his route and turn a full stop turnaround catch into yards after the catch into a touchdown. If not for Torrey Smith, there'd be no touchdown. And you can say the same for Blaine Gabbert. That's fine. But the point is, everybody was hyping this moment up to be something super great. Kaepernick second chance. No, everybody is still in love with Kaepernick from the 10-game run that was close to a Super Bowl win. Well, people always forget, and this is the part that I really hate. Look, I love this team. I love this team. This is probably the only team of the teams that I follow in all the major sports that I would literally probably get tattooed on my body at some point in my life. Get a 49ers tattoo on my body. This is how much I do love this team. It's ridiculous to say that because I have no connection to the Bay Area whatsoever. But something about Frisco, the memories that I have watching this team in the 90s. I mean, I'm an 80s kid, but I didn't really start watching football until the 90s. Watching them win the Super Bowl in 94, that was a memory that will stay with me forever. Even watching them suffer through the dreadful, like, 2000 seasons. And then finally getting Harbaugh and, like, being up there again, like, bringing it back, like, all that. You know, like, this is the only team that I would get tattooed. But this team is... There's no way this team can win right now. The West Coast Browns is what they are. And I hate saying this because everybody remembers, and this is the point I just forgot to make. Everybody remembers Kaepernick from, like, everybody forgets that Colin Kaepernick led us to 10 games. And they really do scream. And even online, you can tell motherfuckers are screaming. Everybody forgets that he's the one that took us to the first Super Bowl. We lost. Secondly, if it wasn't for Kyle Williams fumbling 2 kick returns, Alex Smith would have done the same thing the year previous. Everybody go, oh, but that's not what happened. Okay, I understand that shit. I understand that Kyle Williams dropping 2 prevented Alex Smith from taking it. But without those 2 things happening, Alex Smith takes this team to the Super Bowl. Whether or not they beat the New England Patriots, I doubt it. But this team could have gone to the Super Bowl that year. Alex Smith gets injured, and they go to the Super Bowl. It wasn't too far-fetched to see Alex Smith in that situation. I don't think it was. And then from that point on, it's been a downward trend with this guy. The following year, they make it to the NFC Finals against Seattle. They shouldn't even have been there. Go back and look at the game they played against the Packers, the rematch. Kaepernick has 4 picks that literally were in the hands of Packers defenders, and they happened to drop. Again, lucky breaks. That's why we play the games. But if things are slightly different, there's not even a chance to even have a potential to go to a second straight Super Bowl. Or literally, it was the 3rd straight at that point. And then the season after that it's all a decline. All of that was because we had a top 5 defense. All of that. Kaepernick was serviceable. Outside of the first 10 games before defenses can really figure him out, he's been serviceable. He's been no better than Alex Smith. He's been no better than Blaine Gabbert. Those 3 have literally been the same. And a lot of it has to do with coaching because Alex Smith is still more than serviceable in Kansas City, but he has the coaching for it. People need to stop writing these teams like they know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, even if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. Disagree with me. But I'm not blinded by my fanboyism for this team. I want them to win. I want them to succeed. I want them to be in the playoffs every year. I want them to be in the Super Bowl every year. As a fan, I can never get tired of seeing that. But when shit is going wrong, let's keep this shit real. This team sucks. There's no discipline. Our defense has, oh my God, our defense has cost us so many good plays on penalties. Same with the offense. They got shitted on for plus 200 rushing yards today. Gave up 3 to Shady. I don't know why anybody thinks that one person, especially Colin Kaepernick, because he's not Colin Kaepernick from 2013. He's Kaepernick of 2016, and he's pretty fucking awful. I don't know why anybody thinks that this head coach, with the system that he has, is somehow going to rejuvenate Kaepernick's career. It's not going to happen. The front office knew this. Look, for as much crap as I give the front office, they knew that Colin Kaepernick wasn't worth the money that they paid him. And they knew somebody like Chip Kelly wasn't going to rejuvenate his career. They made sure not to play him until they had guarantees that nothing was going to happen to, or nothing bad would happen to them financially for taking a risk on Kaepernick. Now, the risk pays off. Hey, good for Kaepernick. He will cash in a check and one of the other 31 teams that might need him. He's not going to be He's not going to be in Frisco next year. Blaine Gabbert's not going to be in Frisco next year, which leaves us with no quarterback for next year. Whether or not that's good or bad, we don't know. Who's going to come in? This team hasn't drafted a great quarterback in really ever. Like maybe one in Montana. I'm sad. Fuck, man. I'm sad. Like, I never thought I would see this organization really go down. Even during the bad seasons, I always held on hope. You know, that next year will be better. And it wasn't always the case. It was always hard to kind of go that way because, you know, you go through 2-14, 3-13, 4-12. You get 5-11. You're like, oh, look, an upswing. And you go through a whole bunch of like potentials, like when Mike Singletary, you know, took over a few times. They finished 7-9. So like, oh, okay, you know, they're almost quite there. It took 10 years to get to 7-9, and then they get Harbaugh, and everything changed. And I was like, damn, you know, like these teen years are gonna be really, really good. And then we had the front office just fuck that up. Oh, he hurts our feelings because we're the owner and GM, and he wants to actually make decisions on this team. No, we can't have that. We got to get rid of him. So they got rid of him. And look at him now. He's in Michigan kicking ass. Kicking ass. Like, that team could win a national championship within the next 2 years. If not this season, next season. Kicking ass. And I hope he gets one. Alright, I ranted for long enough. I don't know. They, who do they play next? They play the Buccaneers at Santa Clara next week. That is a 1:05 Pacific Standard Time game. I'm going to go ahead and mark that in the loss column. Because even though Tampa Bay is not great, they can put up points. And as we can see, the Niners can't. Doesn't matter who's at quarterback. They can't put up points. Because the head coach sucks at fucking play calling. Then they got the Saints. I'm going to go ahead and mark that in the loss column as well. Because they're going to put up like 50 against this damn defense. And then they got the Cardinals the week after on the 13th at Arizona. Let's go ahead and mark that as a loss. And they got the Patriots in Santa Clara. I don't care. I'm taking Bill Belichick over Chip Kelly any single time. I'm taking Brady over whoever the hell we got starting. Let's mark that down as a loss. And then they play the Dolphins. And then they play the Bears, which is the only other team that I think they can actually beat. But that's not until the first week of December. Then the Jets, the Falcons, Rams, and Seahawks. Loss, 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 and loss. Week 16 is now week 1. And the Rams actually look fairly strong. I didn't think so after the first game. But after the second game, they're looking strong. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep watching the games. I'm going to keep ranting. All this is just trash. Like, in all honesty, it's hard, man. It's rough. Like, this is hurting me in my sports soul right now. Just watching this team just all right, y'all. Well, take it easy. Have a good weekend. You know, I'm gonna get a little personal right here. A little shout out to my aunt. She came from Guatemala, and she spent like a month and a half with us, and now she's going back. I'm gonna miss her. I'm sad. I'm super sad. I loved having her around. Hope everyone out there, man, just outside of football, man, people, you know, I know I rant and I say a bunch of dumb shit, but, you know what I'm saying, look out for your family, look out for yourself, man. Take care of each other, man. Love each other. Love each other. You know, be able to separate the things that you're passionate about with just being a person. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish any ill will towards anybody on the organization of San Francisco, even though I talk a lot of shit about them. And I mean everything that I say, don't get me wrong. But none of that translates into I wish this person was dead, I wish this person was sick, I wish no. You know what I'm saying? That's passion, that's sports, that's something else. Person to person. You know, if you give me a chance to probably have a beer with these guys, I probably maybe would. Maybe. I don't know how they are. They kind of look like douchebags. But, you know, like, still no ill will towards them. And make sure you guys bring that into your everyday life, man. Try to embrace the love. Try to dissipate the hate. Because hate serves no purpose in your life other than to fuck it up. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next week. And take care of yourselves.